Hello everyone, this is Carla Marie from Fun Schooling the Sensational Six, and I promised that I would come to you and talk to you more about strewing. I did a video a while ago about strewing and exactly how we do it, what it actually means, but now I'm going to show you a little bit more detail as far as some of the things that I've come up with that have been very helpful in our home and that we have begun to use. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, I'm going to start with math. And one thing that I did is I went to Dollar Tree and I purchased a whole bunch of these, a whole bunch of large baskets, and you can get baskets at Dollar Tree for just about any color and any size and shape to fit what it is that you're trying to do. But what we have begun to do is strewing by topic, and just kind of providing information and different ways of learning some of the same information and seeing how our children respond to it. And as they respond to it or not, we decide how to further expose them to information in that area. So I wanted to start off with math, but what I will do is start with my my little guy, my 8-year-old. So you have a basket here, and if you have been watching our videos at all, you would know that we do theme days. And so Monday is our theme day. And of course, on the theme days, those aren't the only days that we learn that particular subject. I mean, we have opportunities through life and living to learn math every day, and we take those opportunities. But on the theme days, we just focus on that particular skill or that particular topic for a short period of time. And they get to choose what and how they learn. As far as each of these topics are concerned. So I just kind of want to show you what the theme day baskets look like. This is math, and this is for my 8-year-old who can be anywhere between first, second, and third grade depending upon the topic. But so this is kind of in the middle age. And you can see we have all kinds of activities in here. Time and money. So different bingo games, as you can see, different cards on time and money. We have our favorite Rock and Learn videos that we love. We also have some very cool books that talk about math in a fun way. And then I actually have a 2 discs that deal with time, money, fractions, and basic math principles. And so on Math Challenge Monday, I will hand him that basket, and he'll decide what he learns and how he learns it. And if he chooses not to do anything in that, then I'll find something else for him to do that is still relatable to the topic at hand or the next skill that he needs to learn, that kind of thing. So let's move on to my middle ages. My 9, 10, and 11-year-old can range anywhere between 3rd and 5th grade math, depending upon the kid and skill level. So as you can see, we have also some review for money. So we have a couple things on money there. Multiplication. We also have division pack for that. I don't know where that went. But we have plenty of money. We have Eat Your Math homework. We have a couple on measurements and different things of that nature. Fractions. We have a book on how to marry math and crafts and cooking together. So we have both of our family math books, Family Math 1 and 2, which is basically filled with games and activities that focus on basic math principles, kind of getting them ready for higher level as they, get older. And then we have math bafflers and a few books in the back. We have some fraction tiles. So those are for my middle age children. And then we will move on to the older kids. Ta-da! We have algebraic and reasoning. That is also family math, but it's for older kids. We have a really cool brain teaser. Math brain teaser. We have the cartoon guide for algebra, mental math. We have several math logic and math baffler games, as you can see, for them to get involved in, a math magic kit. that has all kinds of magic tricks and things of that nature utilizing math. So all of those kinds of things they can choose to avail themselves to do on Math Challenge Monday. And then also we have plenty of games, which you have probably seen some of these games in our game schooling video. So just wanted to show you kind of younger math, middle ages, beginning of high school. There you go. And then some of the games. Okay, so that's kind of how we do our theme days. Now again, even if it's not Math Challenge Monday and they want to pick up something that's in one of these baskets, they want to take the basket to their room or outside and just explore some of the contents and some of the things that are in it, I'm all for it. Just because we have a 1 hour project on a theme day doesn't mean that that's the only time that they learn that particular skill or set of knowledge. So then I want to move on to writing, because writing is a really big deal. I'm going to go over here, and I think I will start down here with the younger guy. So he is a beginner reader, and so this is kind of reading and writing for him. So we have some sight word books here, and a game puzzle there. We have some of these letters, beginnings and endings of words. We have our magnet sentence builder kit, which goes with these tiles here, as well as photo cards. So basic vocabulary and photo cards. And so those are things that he would avail himself to, as well as other things. So just to kind of give you an idea, none of these kits are all inclusive. They don't include every single thing that's involved in that topic, but it just kind of strews information and puts things in front of them to explore. None of them are mandatory, but as I leave them out and I expose them to them, they avail themselves to it. So it's just a really fun way to be able to put everything in one topic into one basket, and it's kind of fun for them to kind of take the basket and go and explore. So one of the things I wanted to say too is that if I find that certain things are not being utilized or are not interesting or are not catching anyone's eye, then I'll remove them. If I find an entire basket is boring them to death, then I'll take everything out of it and start over, put new stuff in it, or I'll just scratch that altogether. So these are just opportunities for me to give them more new information and ways of learning things. That everything doesn't have to be in a workbook. It can be a game. It can be a living book. It can be a hands-on activity. And they can learn the same things that someone else may learn in a book. So this is kind of my middle ages. I did it in a small thing because it's only a few of them. And they'll also be able to avail themselves to the older kids basket. But we have our story cubes, which I also showed in our fun game schooling video. So I won't go over that. But we also have journal entry topics and creative thinking topics, and then writing starters for grades 4th through 8th. So they can avail themselves to that. Or they may decide, you know what, I want to write about something completely, different that I think of. And that's completely fine too. So then we have the big kids. I'm really excited about this. And they are too, because as soon as they saw this basket, they were like, oh my God, can we open it? So it's almost like a gift. We have an actual word game. These are tiles that you would switch. You probably can't see that on camera. But it's kind of like a magnets that you switch and make up new words. We have the Apple words. Now, a lot of younger kids use these, but my older kids enjoy them too. So I just put them in their basket. But all of the kids can avail themselves to all of these things. It's not just for that age group if they understand it and can do it. This is really cool, based on Ronald Dahl, who always made up really cool words of his own. This teaches them how to make up really cool words using magnet tiles. And then we have some story prompt books here. that are really cool. You have one here that is complete the story. So it gives you kind of a narrative, a basic beginning of a story, and then you complete it, which is really neat. And then you have this one that says, okay, write a story about 2065 and include these 7 words. And there'll be really words that are totally off the wall, and you have to include them in your story. So these are really great story starters and ways to encourage creative writing. And then obviously we have Scrabble here, and we have not been Scrabble players, but my oldest daughter is really excited about this, and I'm excited about playing it with her. So that's just an example of both our math and our reading or writing baskets. Okay. And so next I'll come back and I will talk with you about some of the other baskets that we have. Okay, we are back with some of our science baskets that we have here. And I will start over here to my left, which would be our area of physics. Now, just to mention in advance, some of these topics obviously are for older ages, but it allows my younger children to at least get their feet wet and a taste of what the topic is about, and to do some exercises that familiarize them with the particular topic. And for the older ones, it gives them the opportunity to delve deeper. And then if I see if they are very interested, then it gives me an opportunity to get them more resources and things on that particular topic. So again, it's an introduction to the younger ages and an opportunity to delve deeper for the older ages. So let's talk about physics. I have these particular Science Whiz kits. You'll see these in a lot of our particular baskets, but these Science Whiz kits I got on Amazon for a very, very, very good price. And as I have said in several of my videos, I always look for kits that have several different experiments in it, so that I get I have 6 homeschoolers, and so it's really important to me to get as much out of a resource as possible. So when they come with all of the things that are needed for the projects, and they come with several projects, then it is something that I'm going to look at as a resource for our home. So this particular kit here has several different experiments for them to explore physics. We have popular mechanics for kids, a lot of which the projects in those particular series are physics related. And then we have the cartoon guide to physics, which you will also see in several of our baskets. The cartoon guides, which basically are comics in teaching that particular topic. We have a National Geographic Kids magazine. You'll see those as well in several of our baskets that focus on particular topics and scientific concepts. And then I might have a project. We get these every year for our older 4 children, the Spectra Current Crisis. This is the Spectra's Current Crisis, but the physics kits we get from Educational Innovations Inc., and we get those for free. They just come in the mail every year, and they come with all of the supplies and all in a comic book and everything. So very exciting. My kids really enjoy those. So that is the physics kit. If again something in here does not mesh, no one is touching it, nobody seems to be interested, then I'll swap it out for other things. We have a whole closet full of resources and learning opportunities. I just put things in the basket to kind of wet their whistle and strew the topic. If they bite, so to speak, if they are interested, then I'll add other things, take other things away, and switch things out to kind of keep the interest going. So let's move over here. This is kind of a plethora of of information or topics, but we have energy, light, and electricity, and then we have a 3 particular. You have a motor, and you have, what is this? An electromagnetic kit here, and a potato clock. So there's all kinds between these 3 and these 3. There are all kinds of different projects that they can do as relates to energy, electricity, light, things of that nature. So that is another kit that they'll enjoy. And then we'll move over here to our chemistry basket. I have 2 upcoming or new high schoolers this year. And so some of the topics that we have to go beyond basic science. And so we have, again, another Whiz Kids or Science Whiz chemistry kit. They have the regular chemistry, and then this is the Chemistry Plus. The regular one, I believe, focuses on the matter, or the different states of matter. And then this one focuses on the actual, what is it? This one focuses on all of the actual chemicals. So we have, then we have another one of the National Geographic Kids Experiments and the Cartoon Guide to Chemistry. Again, a very, very humorous yet informative guide to chemistry. Have a DVD with some experiments on it, and then a game that also focuses on the let me show you the back here, the periodic table of elements. So pretty fun game. And again, some of the younger kids can avail themselves to all of these kits, you know, on their level. They're going to pick up what they can understand on their level. And I also wanted to kind of give you an idea of what I'm going to be doing that I haven't had a chance to do yet. But every single basket is going to have a laminated card in it, like this, that will have websites that they can go to further explore that particular topic. So not only do they have the books, the magazines, the kits, the DVDs, they'll also have a listing of websites that they can go to that will talk more about physics games, projects, concepts, all that kind of thing. And each one of the baskets that we have will have a laminated card in it, as you can see. So let's go back here. We have a couple other science kits. And this one is one of our favorite, which is why it is much bigger than any of the others, as you can see. So in our human body kit, this is kind of like anatomy, physiology, human body, all of the above. Anything to do with the body, you're going to find in this particular bucket. Okay, the rest are baskets. This is more of a crate because we have so many resources on it. One of the rules to strewing generally is that you don't overdo it on a topic. And so sometimes I have to pull some of these things out so that I'm not overwhelming them, and then I just give them a few of the things to consider and to explore. But as you can see, we have here a skeleton body, so they're able to learn all of the bones, take it apart, put it back together. One of our favorite games that I had in our game schooling video, which is Scabs and Guts. Another one of our favorite game, Organ Attack. We have another Science Whiz box full of DNA and basic, let's see here, it says isolate DNA from the fruit, construct a DNA ladder. So you got all kinds of things that have to do with DNA. Okay, in that particular thing. Also in here we have some books. We have books that show you the different layers of the body, the skeletal system, all of the different systems that you can learn. We also have a squishy human body that allows you to put all of the organs and the muscles into the body properly. We have a game. It's actually 5 human anatomy games in one. Called Somebody. And we have a incredible human body chart, and that also shows you all the systems of the body, and that's pretty big, so I won't take that out. Also in here we have a mold of the brain that also shows you the inside of the brain, and then also the ear comes out. And we also have a mold of the heart. Looking to get more molds, but that's all we have right now. Then we have sorry, I was hoping to do this video a little bit better. It's kind of difficult with all of these. Okay, here we go. We have human anatomy flashcards. So everything to do with the body whatsoever you're going to find in this particular package. It's called Netter's Anatomy Flashcards. And this is the second edition. So then we have some videos. We have videos on viral outbreaks. So again, you have anything, how the brain works. We have another Rock and Learn video, human body. Basic medicine, bedside manner, and things of that nature. More viral outbreaks. The science of fat. Oh, isn't that interesting? And then AIDS and the evolution of an epidemic. So you have in here things that younger children, very young children, can avail themselves to, as well as things that older children can avail themselves to. So I try to make sure that my baskets include things that that multiple ages can enjoy and explore on their own level. So let's move over here. This basket is it's kind of like earth science mixed with environmental science mixed with weather. It's kind of lots of things, but it all has to do kind of with earth science and how environmental science and weather and the earth kind of work together to make things work. We have another Science Whiz rocks and geology project box there. Several books on weather and in earth, and have another Rock and Learn video. We love Rock and Learn videos. We have another National Geographic Kids green and gross experiment, and then clean water science, weather science. So again, this is one of those baskets that I put together not really knowing who's gonna bite, if they're gonna bite, if anybody's gonna be interested. If I notice that it is getting dusty and nobody is interested in it at all, I'll dismantle it. I'll put everything back where it normally goes, and they can just do it as it comes up, and then I can choose a different topic to use this basket for. So none of it is set in stone. None of it is required. All of it is just an opportunity and exposure to new information, and all put kind of in groups to kind of make sense of it all. So I will be back with a little more. Okay, I am back, but first I want to talk a little bit about how we utilize these baskets, because some of you may be asking, okay, that's great. You have all this stuff in the basket, so now what do I do? And one of the things that I'll do, I have the baskets basically displayed in our resource room. And once I organize that, I will post pictures of that, but I haven't quite done that yet, so I will show you the work in progress. But they are displayed for anybody to be able to access them at any time. So there is no rule as to when you can access it or when you can learn it. If it's something you're interested in, then you go for it. And then there are other times where I will literally put everything about a topic out on the table and walk away and see who bites and see what they do with it. So that's always pretty much an exciting way to go about it, because people see things in so many different ways, and it's exciting to see them figure things out. But this here is not in a basket because it is really big, and so it's too big for me to put in a basket, but these are things that are kind of related, so I wanted to share it. If you've been a parent for any amount of time, you've probably heard a lot about the electronic snap circuits, and I cannot speak enough about the amazingness of having one of these kits in your home. This particular one is a 300 project, but I think you can get individual projects. You can get 150, you can get up to 700. There may even be sets bigger than that, but you're able to allow your children really to learn a lot about programming and electronics and things of that nature. Then this electronic playground is also really fun. It's 130 projects, and it's very similar to the electronic snap circuits, but more than anything, you're learning how to program wires and follow instructions, which is also a very important skill. And then another game that we got, electronic current logic game, and this is a game that has 60 different projects to it, or challenges that they are able to use to complete a circuit. And so those are all fun things that I will put out and just kind of walk away and see what they do with it. see what aha moments come up, because there's lots of different ways that they pursue things and lots of different ways that kids look at information. So I wanted to show you one more science basket. This is another one of those baskets where I'm like, I don't know what they're going to do with it. I might split it up because this one now is animal science as well as biology. So it's kind of a mix. And as you can see, we have little things for them to be able to catch bugs and examine what they catch outside. We're an outdoorsy family. And we have some really cool insect cards and science trivia games, food chain games, life science, obviously, that has to do with biology and animals. And then another one of those National Geographic Kids books. Now, if you want to know where I got this from, I got all of these that you've seen in all of our baskets from the dollar store, from Dollar Tree. They may still have them. If not, you could probably go to the National Geographic Kids website and see how to get it. And then we also have several, like Look Inside of a Dog, several different books, Insect World, Slide Making Kit. And then we already have some prepared slides both here and here. I got a collection of 50 slides, Amscope slides from Amazon. I think that was maybe $25. And when I actually strew this particular basket, I would also have our microscope out with it so that they can explore things that they are exploring. So you have a few other books here. So that is a basket. Again, I'm not quite sure how they're going to respond. They will love it or hate it, or some will like it and some won't. But we will make sure that exposure is the key. That's what strewing is. It's basically exposing them to any and everything possible. A lot of people say, well, I don't know what my kids are passionate about. I have no idea. Well, exposure is going to help you figure that out. If they haven't seen it, if they haven't been exposed to it, then obviously they're not going to know either what it is that they're passionate about. So I will be right back to show you our rolling carts, our art cart and our mobile makerspace. Okay, I am back, and if before I show you our carts, I'm going to show you just one of our my little brain teaser baskets. I will periodically just put these out, but they go through these on their own. These are things that we have in our closet, and I have so many that I only put out a few at a time. But they're basically brain teasers, puzzles, things that they are able to do, projects they're able to do, brain teasers, and different games. Think Fun is really good for these kinds of games, but just different kinds of brain teasers and puzzles that they can do to keep themselves busy, keep their minds sharp, and to it's always exciting to celebrate their accomplishment in mastering something that's been difficult. So all right, let's move on to our cards. Yay! So this 3-tier, I'm sorry, this 3-tier cart here I got from Aldi, and I got 3 of them, one for mommy, one for art, and one for a mobile makerspace. So I am going to roll this over here, and we are going to check out the contents of this particular cart. So this is our art cart, and this particular cart, again, I'll put things in the cart and see how they take. See if the kids find things interesting. If they do not, I will remove it and replace it with something else. But I have a really good book that we love. It's 13 Artists Children Should Know. And it's some of the most popular artists and some of the most popular art known in the world. We have a box of crayons here. This is also part of a series. There's a huge series of these particular books by this writer. And we have our paints and our paintbrushes, of which we have more in our homeschool closet, but this is just what I have out available. And we have Box of scissors. This is really cool. I got this. Complete the drawing. This is kind of like an art prompt book. You know, you've heard of writing prompt books. This is an art prompt book where it actually has things on each page and they complete the picture. So that picture that would look one way if someone else drew it in a different way if you drew it. So it's always pretty cool. We have different kinds of paper in there. Down here on the bottom is where I keep individual projects. I have some sketchbooks, different kinds of construction paper, books to teach you how to draw different things. We have a mosaic, this is tile art project. We have a mosaic art project, and then we have some empty canvases if they want to paint their own masterpiece. And so I make this very simple because, again, one of the main arts of strewing is keeping it simple. If you overwhelm them with too much on a topic, they will probably not be interested at all. So just kind of wanted to show you that. And again, if it's something that I notice is not being utilized, then I'll switch it out with something else from my closet. So now I am going to show you our mobile makerspace. Now, honestly, based on the space that I have in my home, I probably have plenty of room for a makerspace. But you know what? I'm just a little selfish with my space right now, and I really do not want to dedicate a space to a makerspace. And my kids make everywhere, and they make everything. So I just decided to make it mobile and to go with a cart to be able to contain, you know, things at one time. So in this particular cart, you will see our new project book that I just got. We love the Rosie Revere's books on engineering and architecture, and so I just found this book at a local bookstore, big project book for bold engineers. In here we have all kinds of tools. We have all kinds of old electronics and pieces, rulers, just bits and pieces of everything you can possibly think of. If something broke and it can be reused, then we put it in here. Okay, we prove obviously that it is indeed broken first. But there's all kinds of things in here. I won't go all the way through it, but you have screws and batteries and all kinds of stuff to kind of help them create and make new things out of old things. Okay, so lots of different opportunities to make new stuff. And if you follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, then you'll get to see some of those projects they come up with. Here on the side, we have a thing of rubber bands and all different kinds of glue. I have a glue gun, but I don't put it in here. I have burnt myself, so if they need that done, that's something that I will oversee. We have a Mythbusters kit here. No one has touched it yet, so it may come off the cart, but we will see. On the second level here, we have felt. What else do we have? We have straws, pipe cleaners, water balloons, scrap paper, string, all kinds of stuff, zip ties, different kinds of string, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so down here on the side, we have several different books. The Story of Inventions, Kids Inventing, all different kinds of things on inventions. We have some foam molds, we have magnets, we have different colors and patterns of duct tape. Over here we have a motor and some other things down there. So that kind of gives you an idea. Again, makerspaces are what you make them. They don't have to have something specific, just random items to be able to get creative, see the possibilities of creating and making things. But those are our baskets. Those are our carts. That is how and what we strew throughout the week to get our kids excited about learning new things and exposed to new ideas. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the question box below, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram under Fun Schooling the Sensational Six. You will also find us posting our daily projects and things that we do as interest-led learners. So I hope this was helpful. Maybe this gave you some great ideas. Maybe there's ideas that you may have that will help us out. Feel free to share those. But I really appreciate you following. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and we will see you in our next video.